How long do we have before it tucks in a ponytail? I got like, oh, I can almost do it, I think. Got a little waist. I got my racing stripe back. We'll hold it like this. The earth is active tonight. Now look at the world like everybody else does. You know how they have the latitude and longitude grids? I look at that like a big radio. And however we tune in, we're drawn to the earth. And some people, they live in the same place and they never go nowhere. That to me is like listening to the same song over and over and over and over and over again. I've moved around so much. Variety is the spice of life, so they say. But like even in California, one year I went to 4 schools and I didn't go to school for 7 weeks. That was my 6th grade year. And what I found out is they don't teach the same thing every place you go. And over here they'll teach it like this, and then over here they'll teach it like that. And down there, see, it's all influenced by who's in charge. It sets up the curriculum. I could never find a curriculum that went real good with my brain. I'm not so neurotypical. I'm neurodivergent. I'm autistic. I just learned how to mask real good because I grew up watching so much TV, and I would record how people would respond in situations, and then I would respond accordingly. And then what I learned to do also is just keep my damn mouth shut, keep my mouth closed until I hit about 42, and then that went out the window. I can't, it's hard for me, especially when I see injustice. I just have to at least say, hey man, that's not fair. And then go on my way. I ain't trying to start nothing with nobody. I don't like violence. I'm a peaceful being. And I've been to war. I've seen all the resources wasted on nonsense. And they're still perpetuating that story. The rinse, repeat. We're in the last season of the United States of America. The parting gift. The 250th. Not quite gonna make it because people don't believe in the lies anymore. The gig is up. The jig is up. Is it gig or jig? Jig. The jig is up. I'm praying. I'm dancing for rain. That's how I pray. I dance. That's how I show enthusiasm for my life as I move my body and get my heart rate up and stuff. Because I'm not a runner. I have bad feet. And so I dance. I have bad ankles. And I've been dancing and dancing and dancing because I want it to rain in D.C. tomorrow. I want it to storm. I want the thunder to clap. And I want to spoil Biff's birthday party. And if we all come together and just, every now and again, that'd be cool if it rained tomorrow in D.C. Then who knows, maybe it even might. I was listening to that Stephen Burns guy. You know who Stephen Burns is? He's that, people he's a lot more warmly received than Ben of Space Weather News. Ben Davidson. I think he's a Pisces. He's a little Pisces guy. I don't know what Steve Burns is. He looks to me like a Gemini because he looks like if you look at one side of his face, he looks like he could be one person, and then when you look at the other, he could be like a different person. That's what Gemini is. I got a lot of Gemini in me. I'm Aries though, so I got these things going on. So let's see how the storm's faring up. This is the storm right now. It looks like Pac-Man that's heading towards DC. So the potential does exist. If they're going to waste all that money, that nobody should have fun. It's just going to be a waste of money, and then maybe the people will see that Washington, D.C. and Hollywood, they both exist to create this contrived reality so people learn how to act. Just be obedient. Just watch your sports. Go watch your football. Go watch your soccer, which I guess they call it football too. Hey, what's up? Just go do unuseful things and see how that fares on planet Earth. I have nothing against having a good time and playing and things like that. When people do that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, I call that chasing sensation. Bass and Blake Adventures So You Fish. That's funny because I'm related to a dude named Isaac Walton who wrote the first book on fishing called The Complete Angler. He's a colonist. He hid some of the crown jewels. That's who he's known for. He's a lizard, so I'm half lizard. And then Mom's indigenous. Mom's bloodline has been here as long as they've been keeping track. Like, long time. She's Spanish and then like she's all the brown. And then my father's side, they're the white, the colonists. The thing of it that messed with my brain my whole life though is my dad is very dark skinned. Like, he acts like a white man. He is a white man. He just is a really good tan. You know, all that golf and doing unproductive things that the machismo do. So I have to work extra hard to not hate myself for the things in me that are in him. I mean, dude was a truck driver, like he was a lech, like he hung out with lot lizards, like he did a lot of things that weren't very respectful to women. He's a Freemason. He's in the club. And they like to toy with people that are in the club. They had my mom put away in a Cathedral State Mental Hospital, and Mom was never insane. They had her locked up for a week. Because they told my mom what they were gonna do to me. And she took me and took off, and my brother and took off, and then when she told the police were in cahoots with my grandparents, you know, and it's just like, when there's systems that are so infiltrated with evil, like I call the police the Fraternal Order of Butt Stuff, because they are. The Freemasons, they're all a club, they all hire their buddies and stuff, and the world is hard enough as it is. It's hard enough as it is. Like, people don't have food to eat. They're making it harder for people to like live in their cars and stuff like that. This is all karma that is bubbling up. And then the earth is activating right now because people have so much unrest within themselves. I've been uneasy all day, and I have no reason to be uneasy. Mom's good. Today, we learned to live one day at a time a long, long time ago. Because nobody's guaranteed tomorrow. Nobody. And if they are, what are they doing today to make tomorrow better? And not just for me, but for other people too. Mom and I like to go around and give water out to pedestrians in the community. That's like, when we go out in the world, we just want to make the world somehow a little bit better than it was had we stayed home. Because we went without so much for so long, so now we have plenty, so might as well share what we got with other people, because we can't take it with us. Like, all these people that have, like, civilians don't understand how much military officers make. They have no clue. Go look at the pay scale. I'm talking majors and up. They bring home like 10 grand a month. And they don't do, they're pencil pushers. They sit around and tell people, like write the script, like DC, like the script writers in DC, like the people. That's how TV shows are made. You got a group of people that sit around a table and they write how the actors are gonna go and how, you know, like soap operas. They used to. I guess they're still on. I used to watch them when I was like a 5-year-old kid. And then you freaking see, America's been doing dirty things for a long time. So this is a storm that's headed towards DC. It looks like it's gonna take a bite out of DC. That's what it looks like. And for people that just go out and hang out just because they want to be a part of it and see, like, none of those people are on my planet. My planet is not derived. I don't live on the same planet as everybody else. They say there's one planet, and I think that there's, for every perception, for every energy field on this planet, everybody's having a different experience. Even people that live in the same house aren't having the same experience in the world as the people that they live with. And can we make a world that's comfortable for everybody, even if you don't like them? Is that like a thing that can be done? Mom taught me how to live at acts of service a long time ago when I was, you know, and then I went to AA for so long. It's all about service, service, service. And then I was in the military, and that's all about service before self and core values and all this stuff. And I'm going around, running around, and then there's all these times I needed help. And I'm like, where are all these people that taught me about service? Oh, they're teaching me. They aren't living it. Oh, okay. I got duped again. I get duped a lot. I'm autistic. I mask really good. I mask so good that I was able to figure out what teachers wanted in every class so I could graduate from college, even though I don't give a shit about my college degree. It's just the fact that I started something and then I finished it until completion. Because people don't do that a whole lot. They don't. Maybe they'll start painting a picture and then they'll finish the picture, but that's fun. Like, I'm talking about stuff that they don't want to do. I'm talking about, like, the uncomfortable stuff. I never had kids, thank goodness. I think I would have been I would like to be a foster parent. A mentor like that, like a teacher kind of thing. Because I had some good teachers in my life that was like a saving grace. You know what I mean? Sometimes you meet those earth angels that come across your path, and you just can take a breath of, you could just kind of exhale because they took something off the plate for you. Hey, can I take that? Can I take that for you? Can I make it easier for you? See, when I was a child, I'd get picked on a lot. I got bullied a lot. Ugh, I hate that shit. By my dad and my like worse than you know, worse than that. Like, there's this thing that they, like, my brother was a wrestler, so I get beat up all the time. He'd come home sweaty and gross and throw his t-shirts on me, just soaked with sweat, and I'd just be like, you know, like gross. And there's this thing that my dad used to do, that he would grab me here and he would squeeze it until I about pass out, you know. They're always called, you know, like, what's wrong with you? I'd get that a lot, you know. And what I found out as, like, I grew up and I became cognizant as an adult and learned so much about psychology and astrology and basically just how people operate, what I found out is that we all have masculine and feminine energy in us, and machismos like my brother and my dad, like, they don't want to rectify with the feminine within themselves, so they hate the feminine within themselves, so that kind of masked out to, like, why men hate women, you know, in their lives. It's because that's a lot of times at some point in their life, there's like a Virgo or an Aries that had a woman like that was strong and put them in their place, and they didn't like it, and so they're like, I'm never gonna do that again, you know, stuff like that. It's ego stuff. It's earth stuff that doesn't matter. The only thing that matters on this earth really is that we have clean water to drink and that people have shelter during storms. The earth is really active right now. I have this disaster app, and it keeps track of everything. And overnight there's been like 2,000 since last night natural disasters. Just like earthquakes and it's so weird that there's so many beings that live on this earth. Like they're heightened, their senses are heightened. They know something's up. They can feel the earth is shifting. Like in Taos, you want to hear about a shift in Taos? The welcome tree blew over. That's like something like people are legit sad about a dead tree that blew over. Like to have personal relationships with inanimate objects like that, I just haven't for years. I grew out of it. But there's like, I mean, I think they're going to start a Facebook page about so people could just talk about how sad they are that the tree fell over. So Taos is less welcoming because the tree's gone. I wonder if someone's taken it yet. They're gonna put it up. Knit it. The world's goofy. I don't know. Oh, there's already been another 7. 7 more in the last 5 minutes. So severe thunderstorms. The earth is quaking. The earth is shaking. Tornadoes. It is so weird. It's like the end times that they always talked about when I was a kid. And I was like, that stuff doesn't happen. Sure. I felt so squirrely earlier. I was just like, Mom, let's just go for a ride. Let's just get outside and get some fresh air. Because she just paces. She's just pacing. She can feel it, you know. I'm glad I just have me and Mom to worry about. That I don't have to worry about anybody else but us. And Luna and Stanley, of course. It's getting wild. I got some really cool pictures of a beautiful sky tonight. Check this out. Check this out. It's super pretty. Like the skies here. I'd get sky pictures like that sometime in Nebraska. I wouldn't get sky pictures so much like that in Oregon because there's trees and stuff like that. But like this sky picture, this is pretty. This is pretty phenomenal. That's pretty dope. Whew. You see the sun blasting? That's Mr. That's a cat on TikTok. I was following him for a while and I was like, I can't, this isn't going to end well. And then I checked back in today and she had him put down yesterday. FIV, there's all these diseases that I didn't know existed, like pan-leukemia or something like that. Is that fading cat disease? Once we had my dad and his wife, Christy, had a cat that had kittens, and it died from flea infestation. And that's sad. Like life. Sometimes things just don't even have a chance from the get-go, you know. Mom taught me how to appreciate life. You know, to act like you care about your life. You know, she was always a real talker, and she was very thoughtful all the time, and it's hard to watch her.
hard to watch people you love get old and fade. And it's just me, and I can't act like I'm scared, just like with the dogs. I don't know. Every day's a gift with Mom, and I honestly, I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do when she's gone. I don't know how I'm gonna fill the minutes in my day. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. My life has revolved around her since 2017. And I just know that I did everything I could do because I loved her. I really don't know what I'm going to do without my mom. And she's been going for she's been like losing little bits of herself for so long. I just have been her caregiver. I never really get to be her daughter. Because I have to be brave. And then some days I realize, Marge, she's not going to be here forever. One day, either she's not going to wake up or you're not going to wake up, you know? You take care of two older sisters. A girl I went to high school, Samantha Cantrell, she just died. And her sister was taking care of her and her mom. And there's all these people out here, like, we don't count. Because we're at home taking care of somebody else. So, like, we just don't count. We just don't exist. I say we fell down the cracks of society and nobody cares. And it just, I have to breathe through and pray every day, God, please, if I have any resentment towards my brother, please help me remove it because it will not make me useful. It will not make me useful if I have hate in my heart. And it's important that I'm useful. So I have to get up every day that Mom gets up. Make sure that she's clean and I change her clothes. Her teeth are brushed. She feels good. I brush her hair. And then it gets, when it starts bugging her, I can tell, Mom, you want to wash hair? I'll start asking her. And she'll be like, yeah. And then I'll get a yes. Then we wash her hair. And I don't like where I live because it's not comfortable. We don't have any place else to go. And I'm just glad we have a roof over our head because there's so many people that don't. And that's more stuff I have to pray about. It's not getting resentments. That those fools they spend so much money on useless stuff so people can play. Like, I legit went to fucking war so this country can turn to shit. And I can't go because I gotta stay for home. Like, that's not even an option for me. It's never been an option for me. Just probably what'll happen is I'll get more cats. As long as I have things that I love, that I think it makes waking up every day a little bit more bearable. And I have all the years of I have thousands of pictures in my phone of all this fear and all this strife that we've gone through the last 7 years. And my brother, dude, he makes $250,000 a year. Could you imagine what his EAP would be for the state of California after working for them for 25, 30 years? Like, he could have helped me in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, when Freemasons are soulless. And they say things to you like, I'm going to help you by not helping you. I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? Oh, they gotta tell you what they're gonna do. There's little rules. Fraternal Order of Butts. I hate clubs, dude. I hate them. I can't stand them. Nepotism? People that get positions because of who they know? Because they partied with them when they were in their 30s? Can't with this country anymore. It just needs to hurry up and just collapse, and then we can rebuild. I just am empathic. I'm very highly empathic, and I don't want to feel the ripple. I don't like that ripple. That ripple in the forest when lots of souls transition. You know what it feels like to me? You ever get the air knocked out of you? Like you fall out of a tree and you land on your back. Hey, what's up? I'm just Marge Heyoka, and I talk about collective things. I talk about consciousness. I talk about consciouslessness. I talk about how the earth is going through a rebirth right now, because it is. And I don't like growing pains. I'm not good with change. Oh, I have my moments. Mom tells me every day how nice I am. I'm like, and she says it like, could you imagine? Like all the people that missed out on hanging out with her, like my brother. Dude, his karma, I would not want to be anywhere near Sacramento. Like with the earth quaking and shaking right now. Oh my gosh. I'm glad that the kids are on a boat. Some people I care about, they got a boat, so they're up and on a boat. So, because ain't no better place to be with the earth quaking and shaking. Like, I grew up paying attention to the ocean. I grew up in, well, we spent a few years in Morro Bay, but it was always on my radar. Because we'd go down to the docks, and when the boats were coming in, and I'd go from boat to boat, ship to whatever. Well, I guess the size difference. They're boats. They weren't big ships. You know, ask them about the catch of the day and stuff like that. And we'd like go for walks at night on the pier. And one time we saved a pelican out of the dumpster. I was like 2. That was scary. Oh, like I learned how to crab. I got my first crabbing net when I was 3, and Mom would take me down after the school, after preschool or whatever, and let me. I put the net in, and then I watched the crabs walk into it. I was autistic. It was just so. It was like living in PBS. And then we moved to Redding, California, the armpit of California, when I was like the week after my 6th birthday or something. I started kindergarten. I went to Lassing View. I don't know, it was so weird. I moved around so much. I need to write a list and write down how many times I moved around since I was a kid. And then whenever I meet people, and they're like, you know, I'm going back to visit my folks in the same house that I was born in. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Who gets that kind of stability in life? Who gets that level of comfort? same address. My grandma had the same phone number, 466-1519. It was half an X. Since the operators had stuck the cords in the wall. That's how long. Like, she was the only person that ever had that phone number until she died. That's what privilege and advantage gets you. She was a freaking Eastern Star. They do all kinds of weird shit. See, you know what they do? They invert the mistakes. That's what they do. I figured it out. You know how Sloan Bellett always talks about us inverts? I'm one of those freaking inverts. They did weird shit to me when Mom was pregnant to make sure that I would be female. Regardless of whatever. They just make sure they assign you genders. You're assigned genders. They do it to a lot of people. Sloan Bella talks about it. I'm just actually one. I didn't know about it until late in life. Until like 3 years ago. I started putting this stuff together, and then I'd get pictures from my dad of his grandfather's grave with the frickin' Freemason bullshit on it. And then I found out my grandma was an Eastern Star. My grandma is a colonist too. Like, we had rooms, we had people in the room when the Constitution was signed my blood was in that room because genetically it's gone down through our bloodline. My brother took the advantage and I'm the scapegoat. It's just a stupid game that they play. If you ever go watch that movie, Trading Places, Dan Aykroyd, he's autistic too. And Eddie Murphy, they're see, and I never had kids. I'm glad. See, and you know what? Sloan made a very good point because I talked about this before. If there was any chance that I could have been born male and they hijacked that and like made me a female, but I have the mentality and like my soul is male and all this stuff, like, is my attraction, am I a lesbian or am I a hijacked hetero? I say I'm a hijacked hetero. Actually, I'm celibate. My whole life, people are like, dude, you are like a dude. You're just like a dude. You're a dude. You're a dude, but you're in a woman's body. And if you hung out, if you ever saw my brother, like our mannerisms, when we were kids, people used to think that we were twins. He might be an invert too. Who knows? He's 6 foot though. I don't think so. See, they've been fucking with me since Mom was pregnant. And I came out 10 months. 10 months. Like I didn't, and then when I came out, I was this little itty bitty, 6 pounds 4 ounces, and my brother was normal birth rate. And I've just been sensitive my whole life, and then I get frustrated. They're like, "Why are you so angry?" And so I have to learn to not have buttons and not let people get to me. Does it happen? I just like make jokes. That's my new thing, is I make jokes. Like, I can't believe my life right now. Like, is this reality? Because people get stupid with me every day. They get dumb with me all the time. They treat me so poorly. And I don't come out the gate treating people like shit. I do not. Yep. Which I'm finding that out. But nobody ever wants to deal with an active world that's shaken up. Nobody wants to deal with that. It's like that every day, though. Every day that you go, if you go to sleep and you are able to wake up, you are waking up to a different planet that you went to sleep to. Because somewhere, something has shifted so much that it's not even the same Earth anymore. But people don't consider that. It's not even a thought. Why? Because football, baseball, volleyball, softball, like they all worship ball. Hi, pretty girl. Do I go outside, walk around? I'll take you right now if you're one in a mood. It's getting spicy out there. I'm glad I don't have to be out there. I don't have to be in nothing. P-O-R-K. I don't gotta involve myself with nothing. And mom's content. We just did a quick loop through town, and it started to rain, and we got a couple of, like, I love monsoon season because it just looks like water falls out of the sky. That's what it looks like. And yes, I am retarded, in case you're wondering. The nacho neurotypical. So media, this was the water spout that came out of northern New Mexico earlier today. I don't want to hear me. Wait, where is it captions? I decided I'm going to get a harp. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get me a harp. I'm going to teach myself how to play the harp. The guitar's okay and all, but I want to use both sides of my brain. You can't really see it. I guess. Well, yeah, you can. Here's one. Here's a picture from earlier. You can see the water coming all the way from up here and go all the way down. I love weather. I just don't like being in weather. Well, that's not true. I don't like it as much as I used to. When I was younger, when I was in tech school in Wichita Falls, Texas, back in 2000, I snuck out a window during a windstorm because they said that they had 90-mile-an-hour winds, and I wanted to see what that felt like. You could lean up. I was able to lean up against it. That was cool. And then I went back inside. You can't get hurt when you're in the Air Force, when you're in the military, because you're government property. So you can't get hurt. It's a different law. I posted the law on TikTok, on my TikTok page. I posted some of the UCMJ. It's different laws. Like all the crap they get away with, I don't know how they get away with it. Because it's all punishable by the UCMJ, and then I think about who the JAGs are. You know what a JAG is? It's a military lawyer. My brother's one of those, and he is a person that is a character that can be compromised, and so he's gonna let the wrong guys off the hook. That's why America's going down the toilet right now, because, like, is it a joke? Like, are they yanking our, they have to be yanking our chain for it to be, okay, that Epstein dude came on my radar in 2008. I worked at West Corporation. Right before I started at Creighton. And so, this guy was on my radar, and I was like, how is he getting away with this stuff? Like, how did he get work? And then I'm like, he knows people. And then the sheriff, and then like this stuff, in '08, this stuff was coming out. He's been around since there, as long as he's been alive. For the most part, like his teenage years, like he had influence from a very young age with highly influential people. And for the whole entire government of the United States to cover up for the perverts, I never thought I would see the day. I never thought. But I guess that's a testament to how many people think it's okay to live that pervy, creepy lifestyle, you know? I mean, it's accepted. Like, if it wasn't, Pornhub wouldn't be colossal. You ever notice I used to watch that 10 years ago, 15 years ago. There's like a year. I watched some. I would look at the categories to see what was trending and what most other people were. Yeah, because they're all my brother. They're all scumbags. They're all, dude, it's all of them. It's all of them. It's all the freaking police departments. It's all the fire departments. It's all the rangers. It's all the legions. It's all the, God, it's people. It's anybody that can be compromised. Mom's kept me alive as much as I've kept her alive in the last several years. Because now I'm just too tired. I don't care about the mix. I don't want to see it. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what's happening out there. I'll read the headline. I used to want to see. Ooh, the king tides are here. The king tides aren't supposed to be here. But the whole world is about ready to flip upside down. And then I asked myself, what does it mean to have your world flip upside down? What does it mean to have your, because I know, unless I go before Mom, all I have is timelines from start dates to start finish, right? So I've had my start date with Mom, and somewhere out there there's a start finish on one of our parts. And to me, that is world ending. So it doesn't matter if I blow up with the volcano or I get taken out by a tsunami. None of that stuff even matters. When your world evolves from how you've always known it to a state of being unrecognizable. So I guess every day I wake up, my world kind of ends because the United States is just, God, it's just ego. It's just sold out. United States, the people of this nation is sold and sold. They made insignificant things it's their primary purpose, like chasing sensations. And I've lived that way heavily for 13 years. 13 years that I just keep having spiritual awakenings. Like, Marge, you go this way, that course of your life, it will be detrimental. Not just to you, but to Mom too, you know? So, the weather is actually pretty decent here. It's not freaking, I want to say 6 figures, because it might as well be 100,000 degrees. When it's triple digits. Like Reading is, see, think about it. Reading is on the 40th parallel. Okay, this is how I look at the world. It's just a big radio, and then you have people collected in pockets of cities that are stationed on different places on the dial. Okay? And Reading right now is experiencing, and it's early. It's only the first week of June.
okay, or second week of June for, okay, so if I go to AccuWeather, and I look up on a moment, right now it's 102 degrees. And it's 8 o'clock at night. At night, 100 degrees. I do not want to live in a land of swamp ass ever. And that's what it is. Like places like that, it's all fucking. Why isn't this opening? Stop. Okay, so, and then this is what Reddit is like the next several days, 105. And they're on the 40th parallel, so all that potential starts from there, and then it goes out all the way across the US of A, and then I'll look at things like cities in the USA on or near the 40th parallel. Omaha's on it. Evidently, what? That's not true. It says Taos. No, that's a lie. Taos is like 35th parallel. That's bullshit. Salt Lake City, Utah. Denver, Colorado. Boulder, Colorado. Lincoln, Nebraska. East Coast is Philadelphia. Let's see where Washington, D.C. is. Washington, D.C. lat and long. +2 is 48. 40. So that's a lot of potential sitting on the 40th parallel. You get me? And of course people are going to be squirming. A lot of missing dogs. Yeah, Taos is closer than the 35th. They're freaking. People put too much faith in technology. You know what technology I have the most faith in? A light bulb. You know why? Because you flip a switch and you can tell that it's working. And then you can turn it off and then you can tell when it's not working. Okay. I'll wrap it up. I'm gonna go talk to a real person. Alrighty then. That's all I got for now. Hey, thanks for hanging out, Louisiana. Wait, I want to look at the weather where you are. Louisiana. I don't know, I can't remember where you said southeast. I had an AA sponsor that worked at Southeastern Louisiana University, and she's a doctorate. She's such a bitch. She wasn't very nice to me. Like, whenever people are going through a hard time on this scale, like they've got to treat me like shit. And I ended up going with somebody else, but like they didn't like her where she lived, and so closer to Texas. Okay. So you're closer to Texas. Okay. So let me look at the map. See, this storm is just growing. Look at this. It looks like it's a dinosaur is gonna eat Washington. It's gonna eat frickin' Biff's birthday party. I'm gonna keep dancing for rain. I want it to. I want it. Do you ever see Evan Almighty? Is that the one with the guy with the that was on Office Space? I never watched that show a lot. What's his name? Steve Carell? Is that his name? Anyway, where the flood comes and goes up to DC, maybe that'll happen. For the wash away all the greed on this earth, so we can start over anew. Could you imagine living through an apocalypse where some semblance? I don't know. Like, we're gonna have to come together collective consciously, because I mean, how long is the internet gonna be out? Who knows? I don't know. I wonder where the server is that my 3,000 plus videos, 89 heat index. Look at that. Look at that. This storm is growing though. Look at that. It's gonna grow overnight. I might stay up all night and just check it out. That ain't gonna happen. I like to sleep too much. So, when was I in New Orleans? 2010. And we went and had funnel cake. Somebody's talking shit. Better say something nice. Yeah, funnel cake. Or whatever they call that. I'm like, dude, this is just like funnel cake. Across that place. That place wasn't, well, it's not really funnel cake. I just don't know the French word for it. For that famous places where everybody gathers to eat funnel cake in New Orleans. I know it's not fun. I'm talking shit. I'm being silly. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize I was so close to Mississippi. Like, from where we were in New Orleans, like, we were there, and then I went up to Hammond, and like, Hammond's like a halfway point to Mississippi. Okay. I'll just hang out on the live for a little while longer. Doody doody doo. Shocker if a Gemini is pussyfooting around. That's all I do. It is funny because like I'll tell Mom, I'll be like, Ma, you want to go for a ride? And she'll stand up and start walking. I'll be like, okay, Mom. I'm glad for your enthusiasm. I'm grateful for that. However, I got to do this, and this first. I just wanted to make sure you wanted to go for a ride. I got a cute picture of her today. Was that today? She's so cute. She's adorable. She's like a little turtle to me. No, it was yesterday at the grocery store. That was her yesterday. She's my little co-pilot, co-captain. And look at her nails. Look how long her nails are. And they're all natural. She holds on to this. It's her neurological thing. It's from her traumatic head injury. And look how long her nails are. On this hand, they started breaking because they get so long. I'll trim them and I'll paint them if she wants me to. Well, her manicurist too. I hit 195,000 on the bourbon today, or yesterday, whatever day that was. Yeah, the monsoons have been coming through. They're growing. Storms are growing in New Mexico right now. That's all right. It can fill up the waterways. And then, yeah, I don't know why every year it's so funny. You don't complain about data centers if you live in a state where they take the water and then they make fake snow out of it so people could go wee down a hill. It's no difference. Wasted water is wasted water.
Enough with that stuff. I get it, you go every now and again, but there's people that live in those loops too. They just go and do the same thing over and over. What is happening to my face? I need to put old lady cream on it immediately. I think I have some over there. I don't have mirrors in my house, so I don't really do. I usually do most things by feel. Ugh. Look, I got Lock Monster shorts. I said, don't get mad at me when people want to get into my pants when they want to wear my shorts. I'm getting quite the short collection. Actually, I like these too. Let's see. I got hot dog pants. I got I got a little spindy for my birthday. And then these are my favorite. I want to order 2 more pairs of these. These are my favorite. I like, not just because they're like my signature, but I like how they fit too. And then I have Sasquatch. I have, those are in the laundry right now, my Sasquatch shorts. I missed that message. Hi, Stanley. Stanley, kitty, kitty, kitty. Giddy, giddy, gotta go. Oh, it was back in April. It was a long time ago. I listened to, I don't really usually get sad about, people that I've never met when they die, like, you know. But that kid, man, I wake up and I watch one of his old movies. I watched his decline. Like, I saw one of his last lives before he took his life. He let the demons win, man. His fear was bigger than his face. That just breaks my heart. I can easily see how it happens. I don't fault the kid ever. You know, I don't fault nobody for nothing on how they choose to live their lives. Or not live their lives, actually. And so, I watched one of his videos this morning, and it was July 13th that he made it, and that was the day that my sweet Benny went to heaven last year, surprisingly. Like, it was a shocker. So, I'm getting very avoidant in my age. Like, I just don't want to talk about stuff. Because I've already said it in videos, so I don't like crying and stuff like that, you know. I do all the time, I just don't want to. Oh, I don't want to. I'm not gonna! You can't beat me! Oh, I'm starting to get sun. I'm going to turn so many colors this summer. I crack people up. I go to the grocery store. People just don't even know how to respond to the things that come out of my mouth. Like, for instance, I went through the store the other day and the lady goes, wow, you're really getting color. I said, yeah. I said, I always tell people I'm half white. And just, you know, I show them my legs and they got to see it's the bottom half. Because my legs are white. They're so white. I'm like, I used to lay out in Oregon. That's the last place I was able to lay out in a place where I could be private. Because I just lay out. I wear boxer briefs and I just lay out topless in my boxer briefs. And I haven't lived in a place since I could do that. So I got all kinds of tan lines and of all kinds of different shades and funny colors and stuff. And my legs don't get them. I have a spot on my thigh that gets direct light from when I drive. That's pretty much it. Anyway, I make really good candy and I give it to people. Want to see my latest batch? Okay. Things that I've deduced from being a candy maker. So this is the new batch I made, caramel. Okay. It looks pretty okay. And then this is what I put in it. This is keef. You know what keef is? So they break down that. And what I decided is though, and I use one of these is like an ounce. And what I decided is I like making butter instead. And then because the instructions that they gave to me when I make caramel, I think what I would have to do, maybe I'll try with this jar, I'll try and build it up all together in my cooking pot. Because I don't like the texture, and it's almost spicy. It almost has like a spicy flavor to it. So I like infusing the butter, and then not. I think that's my favorite, and then not adding the keef. It's stronger. I've got the recipe down pat. You just have to, I put a bunch of coffee flavor in it, too. So when people are like, what have you ever done with your life? I'm like, I've given a lot of people a really good night's sleep. So, booyah. That's what I mean, like, the charitable, it's so fun to just make people's life easier. I just wish more people jumped on that bandwagon. I wish that was more of a thing. What is that plus sign for? Oh, to share the link. Okay. There's all these, I've never really looked at these. Retouch on. Do I need to be retouched? Ain't that uggo. There's plenty of uggos, man. Man, what happened? There used to be a lot better looking people. Okay, lighting off. Okay, so we want that. What's that? What's that do? What's that do? 49-second short was uploaded. That's what that does it. So I could do something cheeky. I could plan what I want to say and get a clip. So I could be like, no, I'm not gonna say nothing mean about nobody. Nope, I'm not gonna do it. But I think I'm gonna, what am I might watch an episode of, Matt Houston. I finally got through the shark episode. I thought about it, but I don't want to. I knew the shorts come up by themselves. Like, see, look, it's nice and soft. I'm gonna sleep really good. I need to not eat any of this. Why am I eating this? I already had a couple gummies. That was not a good idea. I'll probably be up for a while though. Oh, because Mom's still awake, and so I gotta keep talking so she falls asleep. Oh, Mom. She's over there smiling. She's so cute, man. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I have hard days. And she is just so precious how she wants to make me feel better, you know? And I love how she always was. She wasn't very affectionate when I was a kid. She couldn't be affectionate. She had to be the provider, and so she had to shut all those emotions down, all those motherly feelings and stuff. She couldn't be that. She couldn't. She had to be the disciplinarian. She had to make sure that, you know, one of us turned out okay. I turned out okay, I think. My brother might be a scumbag, but he's the best darn scumbag that he could possibly be. He's the best dirtbag lawyer that California could pay for. Yeah, he doesn't have a pretty smile though, and he's balding. I saw a picture of him recently. I haven't seen a picture of him in a while. It's all that living that best life. I guess when you just go around and do whatever you want to do, and all those things just entail a lot of, well, not a whole lot of useful things. That's what happens. You kind of end up like that. But his family, they travel all over the world. Heck, they've been to Europe, South America, freaking 5-6 times. You think he could come to New Mexico and see his mother? You know, that's how I know that they're those people. They don't have souls, because they talk about how much they love their life, but he wouldn't have his life if it wouldn't have been for Mom and all the sacrifices that she made to keep him on the straight and narrow, and she couldn't do it. With all this stuff with Matt Brown and stuff, I think about addiction and how, like, you know, sometimes I'm scared that I could go back to my old ways if I don't have Mom to look after. They're just thoughts that I have. And I can't not say them out loud, because if I keep them in my head, that's the stuff that grows, and it's largely, you know, detrimental. It can be very detrimental to keep thoughts like that in my head. Basically, I traded this channel in for, like, recovery and going to AA meetings and talking to a sponsor and sitting in coffee houses and talking to my friends and letting people know what's going on in my head, heart, intentions. It's my accountability notepad. Every terrible thing I've ever done, I've told on this channel. I don't have secrets. There's nothing that I've ever done that people can find out about. That, you know, people tried to find dirt on me since I became a stay-at-home daughter. That there's just absolutely is none. You know, there's just none. Like, my whole life, people have tried to paint me as a person that goes against my own character. And they've tried to get other people, and other people have freely been convinced, and they don't talk to me because they believe people that lie over me and my character. Doesn't make it right, doesn't make it fair, doesn't make it less true either. The people that have spoken on my name, the jobs that I haven't got, like, you know, like people that I thought were my friends, and then I got duped by a lot of people. Because I'm gullible, and I want to believe in the best in people, and because I see the best in people, because the best in me, I see in them. Then I don't pay attention to the freaking deficits, to the shadow aspects, because I don't live to screw people over. In any capacity. I gotta go put away my keef. With this, I made this. That's caramel. And then people like it. I don't have any friends though. They just like my caramel. I was talking to my friend the other day, and she nailed it. And she's older than me. She's like 70s. She's almost 80. And I think a lot of times her body is in better shape than mine sometimes. And she explained it perfectly the other day. We were talking, and she's like, I used to move so fast, and now it takes so much effort to move slowly. And I'm like, I feel exactly the same way. I'm only 50 years old. It's a brain thing. I lost my hustle. My get up and go, got up and went. I don't got the guts that I used to have. But that's okay. I could slow down. I could stop if I wanted. I'm old. Like when I was a little girl and I have a picture of my uncle in one of those photo albums and he's going like this. He's standing in the kitchen going like this. And I was probably, I don't know, 10, 12, something like that. And I was like, man, you know, like, he's really fit for an old guy. For an old guy, he's really fit. So I'm old guy status. I've reached that age. I just have this young face. And oftentimes I wear a bandana. And so when you can't see like my gray hair, well, you can kind of see it. People don't take me seriously very much. Anakin's theme from John Williams. He's one of the program makers. I still like his music. This is from Star Wars. The Phantom Menace. Is that the one with that Jar Jar guy? Anakin's theme. Like, there's a lot of talented musicians out there, and how did that guy get the freaking top of the deck for 40 years? Let's look him up. How I like to look him up. Okay, we'll listen to Bad Religion. What was his name? Never mind. So many pets are going missing right now. New Mexico wants to be a real state. EV cars are over. But they're still spending all the money that they got under Biden's and Biff and Biden's crap. Oh my gosh, they have. They're not. I can't take this country seriously anymore. They just armed suspect arrested after allegedly firing a rifle at hikers in San Juan County in Colorado. Like people, like I mean, we're in it. Like people are not, they're not acclimating to the Earth's frequencies real good now. It's what's this? Fire? Are we in fire season? I guess it's always fire season, isn't it? Good thing it's raining where I'm at. I noticed the worst people are always well liked. I've noticed that too. People still even considering and having conversations about politics in 2026. June. Middle of June cracks me up. The difference between humans and animals is that animals never allow a fool to lead the pack. He's part of the program. Oh, they're all part of the program. The important men that write the words that tell us how we shall live and conduct ourselves, to do weird stuff. See, I could never be in politics because I ain't into butt stuff. I wouldn't compromise my character. Especially, maybe they could have got me to do a lot of more weird shit back in my drinking days. I wasn't willing, but after that, I wasn't into it no more. So they couldn't. There's not a whole lot going on with Melissa Casillas' or Melissa Mondragon's case since they found her. Evidently, they've been doing an autopsy since then. I don't really have a whole lot of faith in anybody's forensic ability in New Mexico or any other state for that matter of fact. It's always it's always hikers that find these people. You know why? Because the police don't ever get off their freaking asses to go out and look for them. Why would they? They get paid the same whether they look or not. So over freaking fraternal brother worship, like false idol worship, like America's a great place. It's not. It's a third world country now. America's a third world country. So thank you for all of you that served. Your time was wasted. And hey, a lot of people got to play video games while we went off and cleaned up all the harms and all of the threats that might impede on any progress that America and any fortune that America might miss out on in the future. So that's that. Anyway, alright, it's 9:30, and just like that I'm tired. Whatever shall I do? I'm gonna go watch, maybe there's lightning. The patriarchal, is that, what's that, is that the whole, I gotta look it up. Patriarch. No, I don't want a patriarch. If that's a male leader, dude, no. I don't want that. No, matriarch. A matriarch is a powerful, respected female leader. I'm all for that. Patriarch is the male aspect. It's what we can get. Yeah, it's okay. No, that's what I thought. I get everything backwards too. I ain't making fun of you. Yeah, I used to, but I think of it matriarch as in maiden, like mom, feminine. That's how I remember. And like malevolent and benevolent and malevolent. I get those two mixed up. But I remember that movie that nasty lady was in, Maleficent or whatever. The Home Wrecker. Angelina Jolie. That's what I do. And then patriarch is like, I'm the parent, you're the child, you do what I say goes. Hi Stanley. Yada yada yada. Cat took us! What you doing, southbound in? From the northbound cat. How's you doing in a mood? Say hi in the bits? He said he doesn't like to be on camera. He really doesn't. He likes to be next to camera. He doesn't like I have pictures of him, usually sleeping in the same cat bowl, so he doesn't really like his picture taken. I remember hearing someplace in the Akashic records that like there's the belief that when people take a picture that it takes a snap of your soul. And so that's a little less so, like, because it like makes people more egoic, and then it makes them less soulful, like
spirit. I don't know. There's all kinds of weird stuff. Like, I used to, where's the story that I used to, where's it, when, I can't remember where this one came from, but like, the reason why when babies are born, regardless of its, like tigers, cats, people, it looks like the male over the female is so it has a higher chance of survival from the father eating it. So yeah, that's big in some species. But is it that there's astrological alignments that could account for that? Like people that have certain astrological alignments have more of a propensity to certain things? Oh, let me get that out of the way. He said, get my sleeping spot in a mood, out of my way into bits. He's such a cool cat, man. They're all heartbreaks waiting to happen. Even the ones that, like, were less affectionate before him was Cinder Ray. That's a sad story. I gave him a good life, though. He only lived to be like 10. Respiratory distress stuff. Very traumatic for him, for me. I didn't get to be with him when he died. He was laboring so hard. I told the people at the emergency, I said, just end his suffering, just make it stop, just make it stop. He was I probably could have held him a couple more minutes and he would have died in my arms. But I was young on my journey of being a death doula, and I didn't recognize the signs as much and stuff, and like what the body goes through. Animals, people alike. You know, that's another reason why I want to learn how to play the harp. There's this guy I follow on TikTok that he helps put people at ease during their transition, so they don't have to suffer as they go to the next world, whatever world that is. Because we don't just live this one and then we take our last breath and that's it. It's our last breaths for this life. We go to the no place space. And we could go to any time, space, create whatever from the no place space. We could do it in the tangibles, yet people just choose to play video games all day. And us that do dream of a better way and more conveniences for all, well, most of us are stuck at home someplace, you know, taking care of other people. While what happens? Everybody else plays too much. Slightly, that's kind of want to be. Show laser eyes. Laser eye! Super boy. I keep hearing on the internet how the veil is lifting and the veil is thin and all this stuff, and I just keep thinking, who lives in the veil? Who gets a veil that separates all the darkness in the world from all the la? Who gets that? Who doesn't get torment and bewilderment? Oh, I'm getting kitty kisses. Yes. Yes. He is such a cool cat. He was like 11 months old. He came from PetSmart, 72nd Street, North Omaha. Same place I picked up my Artie pants from in 2010 when I got back from Louisiana. I went from the airport. Libby picked me up. We went, I had pancakes at the Village Inn and had to wait until 1 o'clock to go pick up Stan Lee, or Artie pants. And he's been gone 2 years.
October 8th. Time is not like tick-tocks on a clock. It's a series of experiences that you share with things that you love. Like, that's how I measure life, is how many sessions I got to lay around with my dogs. Instead of going to, I mean, it came with a lot of stressors, but still, there were those years, because the first 4 years of their lives, I still lived in Omaha, 3 years, so I'd go to work every day. Like, I couldn't imagine still living in Omaha in the way that Mom's mind is now. And like how the dogs aged, it wouldn't have been comfortable for them. Tucker getting up and down those stairs and stuff like that. Thanks for teaching me, Ma, how not to question when things happen and your life turns upside down, because there's always a different course which we go. He's such a happy cat. He doesn't like to travel. He don't like it in cars. He's not like no, he ain't like that. No, he likes it. He's a homebody. Huh, Stanley? You're the best cat in the world to me. Kiki, 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 Kiki. They call him the kitty cat. Kitty, kitty, gotta go. Kitty, kitty, gotta go. In a morning in a bit. He's gonna go sleep down here in his pillow in his dog bed. Right down there. All the other dogs used to stay there, and now it's Stan Lee's. He sleeps to me next to me at night. He didn't do that before, because Tucker and all the other dogs were too close, and there's no way they'd be the Jesse guy with them. So, what else is going on in the world? I don't want to watch that. I don't want to see that stuff. So what do you want to bet they swapped Homeboy out? He ain't the same one no more. He looks different. He's all fit. He's had a psychic change. He got back from his rehab in Switzerland. Oh, Woodsy. That's all the governments are, is money laundering. That's all their buildings that they do. Obama Presidential Center, $470 billion safety net under scrutiny. Who needs a safety? How people don't have places to live and eat, and like, it's not right. This is not okay. The way, like, the karma that is building up is turning into a storm that is gonna, I don't know what it's going to do. Actually, I have no idea. I wouldn't mind if Biff's birthday party got ruined. Like, the guy's unhinged. He's an egomaniacal, what do you call it, bad guy. What do you need, Mom? You okay? What's the matter? Huh? Go ahead and lay down. Am I talking too loud? Go ahead and lay down, honey. Here. There you go. You want water? talking here in a minute. We can get quiet so you can go to sleep, okay? Mom's mind gets real active and she just like doesn't know what to do with herself. That's why I take her out for rides or whatever. I take her with her now, pretty much now whenever I go out, any place, I take her with me wherever I go. I don't know what's on my shirt. But yeah, she goes pretty much whatever I go, because I only go to the post office and the store. She likes to go out. I mean, why not? We just go the back roads, and I like to go the back roads because it's only like 25 miles an hour, stuff like. It's nice and easy, nice and slow, just a meander through the countryside, and then you have the people that are in such a big hurry. I used to be them. I should be more compassionate. I should. Most days I'm not. Maybe I'll try and do better. The days that I be, they just drive so fast. They're so reckless and careless. And see, I wasn't reckless and careless like that. I wasn't. I did get into a couple of accidents. One, we don't need to talk about those. But that's how you learn how to drive. Country roads are the best. I love country roads. I even like the John Denver song. That is propaganda too, because he was a military brat. Do you ever hear the story about John Denver and how when he went out to L.A. and was hanging out with the nomads and all that, the unuseful, and told Pop, okay, that's it, because I think he was born in Albuquerque. Now that I think about it, I think he was born in New Mexico. Now that I think about it. And then, so, his dad's like, not on my fucking watch, takes a freaking jet, flies out to California to go get his son. Like, I don't need to go drive, I don't need to buy a plane ticket, because John Denver. John Denver. And then, like, would people just go around and do whatever Roswell. Yep, he was born in Roswell, New Mexico, not Albuquerque. And I remember when he died, it hit me the same kind of way that it did when Payne Stewart died. Like, what? I was a big Payne Stewart fan because he wore knickers, and I've been a fan of knickers since I was a little girl. I always liked knickers. I roll my pants up to my knees even in the winter. That's like my version of knickers. Wearing tall socks. It's the Scottish in me, I guess. I guess that's what it is. I don't know. Could be attributed to a lot of things. But I remember when he died in Pacific Grove, Monterey, in a little plane that he wasn't supposed to be flying, but because he's his father's son, he does whatever he wants. And he died a drunk. I mean, he was like, he drank a lot. Let's see, where are his parents? John Denver. Because I grew up, I was 3 years old when I watched Oh God for the Oh God and Oh God book 2 and Oh God You Devil and all those, the duality of life. His dad, Captain Henry John Dutch Duchenshorf Sr., United States Army Air Force pilot. He's a decorated pilot who set a number of high-speed records in a Convair B-58 Hustler in 961. Says who? Who says that? Pages that somebody wrote on a log someplace? A logbook? Denver described his father as a stern man. You were a teenage wife?
That's a very common thing. Bunch of teenage wives. I wonder if they're going to talk about it on Wikipedia. Oh, here it says a French jet. That's not the story that I heard. Denver was distressed in life in Fort Worth. At his junior year of high school, he drove his father's car to California to visit family, friends, and begin his music career. His father flew to California in a friend's jet to retrieve him, and Denver reluctantly returned to Texas to complete his schooling. That's not the story I heard. He married some chick from St. Peter, Minnesota. I've been there. Oh, of course he wrote it sitting on a frickin' ski lift, for shit's sake. Like, it's the program. And, of course, he lived in Aspen. Like, give me a break. Oh my gosh. Let's see. He adopted 2 young kids. He was probably an invert, too. He probably was. Yeah, I like some of his song, like Country Road, but he's just like the rest of them. Let's see. What is it? Oh, he wrote music for Frank Sinatra. I don't like Frank Sinatra. I think he was a thug. I think there's a lot of people freaking buried in shallow graves because Sammy Davis Jr. was a Satanist, and those in the Rat Pack, they're all buddies and stuff. Yeah, driving under the influence charges. That was in 93. In 95, the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration, directed Denver to abstain from alcohol if he wished to continue to fly in planes. In 96, they determined that he was medically disqualified from operating an aircraft due to his failure to abstain from alcohol. So we'll run riot when you can't. If you get to a point where you can't control yourself, then there ain't no agency out there that's gonna. When people get sick and twisted in the head. Although a July 1997 trial resulted in a hung jury on a second DUI charge, prosecutors later decided to reopen the case, which was closed only after John Denver died in October 1997. He flew, he played golf, he lived that best life. Like, I wonder how many homeless people he helped put in the house. Like, how many people, like, you know, the disadvantaged benefited because he lived. That's how I measure points in life. Yeah, it's just, you know, not using your brain, not risking calculated deals. Like, it's just, I can't waste the freaking